What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I think we're finally back. I think it's been like maybe 2-3 months since my last upload, and the way this is gonna get uploaded is it's probably gonna get uploaded the same time the other video gets uploaded. That's because I actually haven't edited that video yet, so I'm gonna do that all at the same time and get it to you guys. Now, in short, I mean, if you guys follow me on our social media, you should have gotten some idea of what's going on. But in short, I've been pretty busy with a lot of stuff. As you guys can see, I'm in a new spot right now. That's because I have a new job, so I'm living in a different spot. I had to move, relocate everything, kind of let things settle out. When things finally are settling out, right around Christmas, I got sick for like a whole week. Luckily not COVID related, but still took me out for a whole week. And then after that, well, we had to order a new turbo, so that even took some more time. Well, hopefully things will settle out soon. My guess is, or my estimate would be that within the next couple of weeks, things should be a slower upload because there's also another major thing that's happening. But after that, we should be back to normal, whatever normal means nowadays. Looks like this first one right here is gone, as you guys can see right there. It's got a lot of shaft flay. And this one actually already started to scrape the side wheels or the compressor housing right there. It looks like at some point it got pinned because there's like a line of the compressor line right there. So that's not good. What happened with this one was, and you could kind of actually had a little bit of debris left right there. There was a very small debris that blocked that hole or the feed, and that basically destroyed the turbo. So I opened up the rest just to make sure that none of them are having the same issue. So luckily it's just this one right here. What that means is, I've never installed one of this before, but I'm gonna be using some oil filter, or at least an inline oil filter, because I didn't know this, but apparently your engine filter has a bypass that basically allows it to bypass, let's say if your oil is too thick because it's too cold, it could potentially bypass the oil filter and then just route the engine oil directly to where it needs to go. Now that's really bad, obviously, because now you have a lot of filtered or unfiltered oil, and especially with a restrictor like this where it's really small little tiny debris could basically plug it up, which is what happened. I drove, I want to say maybe 5 minutes, and that happened. So I'm gonna open one of the inline filters just to see how this thing is set up. I have not used one of this before, so it'll be a good idea to make sure. Wow, that thing's actually really tight. Okay. Yeah, that's on there pretty tight. Alright. So, let's see what that looks like inside. Just like a mesh in the front. Okay, that's cool. Alright guys, so I have the housing set up right here. So this is the one that came off the car. This is how I currently have it set up. What I want to do though is I want to put the feed on the top here and then the sensor right here, just because I feel like that one gets a little bit of a blocked. So I want to make it as even as possible. Now after it gets the feed, it'll go to a filter, so I'm going to be using 2 filters, and then it'll go into a splitter. Now I did buy some metal one or a stainless one later on because I couldn't find this in stainless steel. I wish I could, but I wasn't able to find it, so I'll go with aluminum for now. Alright, so it looks like this one is going to be a little bit tight because this is actually going to go up like this, and I need a space for the filter. Alright, so I have everything tightened up here. Now this swivel right here, that's loose a little bit, especially in the top one right here. And I think it's supposed to be like that, but I'm not sure. So when I fire it up, I'm gonna keep an eye on that. There's no way for me to tighten it because it's not actually tightening anything right there. It's like its own seal. But everything else looks good. It's kind of a bit more messier than how I had it. Well, bulkier. But yeah, that's how it looks. Now I'm tackling the turbo now, and one thing that some people may not be aware of is, and I wasn't aware of this, but OnTree actually sells a cartridge only. Like instead of buying a new turbo, I was able to buy a cartridge, which is really good because considering the quality of OnTree compared to like the turbo or the eBay turbos, yeah, it's great. It's a great finding. Now in my particular case, the GT35, they don't stock it on the website, or at least you can't buy it direct off the website. I had to ask them, hey, I have a couple turbos that are blown. I actually only have one, but I think that one might be going out, I'm not sure. But anyway, I bought two just in case. Have an issue with one more. But anyway, I reached out to them and they were like, yeah, just give us a call and we'll set you up. And they did. So that's pretty awesome. Alright, so I guess the nice thing about having this setup that I have right now is that I was pretty lucky that I don't have to take off the exhaust housing. I was able to just take off the cartridge, which is good. So I don't have to worry about that. Do want to clean this up a little bit in here. So things are bolted up. Only thing I need to do is tighten up the housing right here, and I need to align this. So basically, I'm gonna put this in first, then I'll tighten this bolts right here. Then in the meantime, however, I want to make sure that I don't have any random little debris on this line, so I'm gonna purge each of them just in case. So let's go ahead and do that. I will lose some oil because of this, but at the same time, I'm due for an oil change anyway, so I'm gonna do this, probably drive it for a few minutes, or probably like 15 minutes or so. Let it warm up and then change the oil. Alright, now that I have the car back together, let's go over some of the changes that happened with the upgrade. Now, believe it or not, there's not a whole lot of changes that happened with the upgraded GT35. The reasoning being is I didn't go add the wastegate here, add it to the housing. So after that, it was just plumbing the wastegate. Of course, that was part of the change right there. So, with that said, now that we're back together, let's go for a quick drive. So good news and bad news. The good news is car pulls really hard. For 20 psi, pulls pretty good. The bad news is I think I might have some surging, or hopefully I just need to add another blow off valve, because I might be getting some air getting pushed back when throttle body shuts. You can see that one right there, that has some oil, that has more oil, and that's a little bit more oil. That one definitely has more oil too. So at 20 psi, those 3 turbo kicked out some oil back, which I'm thinking it might be surging. But anyway, that is gonna be it for this episode. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.